I've bought $5,000 worth of cameras, and I don't know if this was a huge fucking mistake or the best decision of my life. So in this video, I want to show you what I bought, what mattered, what didn't, and what I do differently if I were starting today. Now, I'm not saying I spent $5,000 proudly, because there are so many creators much bigger than me that spent a fraction of that. And I'm also not saying it so you feel sorry for me, like, oh, I spent $5,000. Nah. Because at the time when I was spending the $5,000, it was intentional. I'm thinking that if I spend this money on this gear, I'm gonna separate myself from the other YouTubers. My videos are gonna look better, sound better. I'm investing in myself. These are all the thoughts that I'm thinking, right? My videos are gonna be top notch. Nobody fucking with me, right? Like, we about to be on a different level, on a higher plane. And these were the necessary steps that I had to take if I wanted to get there, right? I had to have good camera quality, good audio, good lighting. I needed all of it. All of it. So let me walk you through how I ended up spending $5,000. We'll start off with the camera, right? I got the Sony a7 IV. Along with the camera, you know you got to get a lens. So I got the Sony 24-105. But not only did I need a zoom lens, I needed something with a lower f-stop so I could get that blurry background. So in addition to that lens, I got another lens, the Sony 20mm lens. But you know that you also need something to support the camera, a tripod. All right, and this might sound a little crazy, but I got a Sackler tripod that was $2,000. Yeah. $2,000 on the tripod. And a brief little story, about a year into having it, it broke and it wouldn't work anymore. So I sent it in to get repaired because they offer the repairs for free, I thought. So I sent it off, and then I get something in the mail saying that it would be $800 to get it repaired and shipped back to me. Or if I didn't want to go through with the repair, they could ship it back for $100 because of the working hours that they had to put into it. Long story short, I spent $2,000 on it and $800 to get it repaired. Okay, that's the camera. Next up, we have the audio. Audio is the king of video. Ironic, right? Because I'm sure you've heard it. Everyone says that you can have good audio, or I have it backwards. Everyone says that you can have good visuals, but if you have bad audio, people will click off. Versus if you have great audio but okay visuals, people will stay. So for the audio, I have an on-camera Sony mic, a shotgun mic that I can hold out of camera. I also have an Earthworks Ethos mic that I'm using right now. And I also have the famous Shure SM7B, the mic that's all over the internet. I'm sure you've seen it. In addition to that, I also have a lav mic, the Sanken COS 11D, you know, like one of those that you can put on your chest or tape it to your shirt, that type of thing. All right, that's audio. So we've done the camera, we've done audio. Lastly, we'll do lighting, okay? And for lighting, I have two primary lights that I use. I have a Cobb light that I got from Amaran. It's the 300 watt. It's RGB as well. And then I have a secondary light. Again, same brand, Amaran. And it's their T2C, the tube light version. And to touch on it briefly, in addition to all that stuff, you know, there's the little stuff that you might forget about, such as ND filters, XLR cables, the mic stand, the C stand, the stand for the light. All that little stuff adds up as well, totaling to get me to $5,000. So now I had all the essentials that I needed to make my videos on a higher plane, like I was saying earlier, to separate myself from these fuck niggas out here, to be different, to make high quality production YouTube videos. Yo, quick note, I'm editing the video right now and I realized that my camera died for this portion of the video, but I was able to save the audio. It's pretty ironic that it died while I was making a video about gear. But anyways, enjoy the rest of the video. But here comes the kicker. I had all of this, right? But my videos still performed exactly the same. Sure, it looked better, it might have sounded better, but I realized that when I bought the gear, it came with pressure. Pressure that I put on myself. Since I invested all this money, my numbers had to reflect that, right? I had to be getting more views, more subscribers. Because I have all these tools, I spent all this money, why isn't my YouTube matching up? I mean, what am I doing wrong here? I don't understand. What could it possibly be? And here's the turning point where I switched from thinking that way, because that made creating feel heavier. It felt less fun. I felt more pressure to perform, which is a good thing. You know, pressure makes diamonds. But when it comes into the creative space and it's too much pressure, it can hinder your creative pursuits. And I realized this because I started making less videos. I started falling out of love with creating them, forgetting the reason why I started in the first place. So I came to the realization that I had misplaced my expectations on what the gear would do. The gear doesn't sit down and create videos for you. It doesn't replace showing up consistently. It doesn't create coming up with ideas. The gear is only there as a tool for you, the creator, to use to make creating your videos easier. And once I took off the expectations that I had placed on the gear and what they would do for my YouTube channel, suddenly, creating felt fun again. I was starting to fall back in love with the whole process, because I realized that the gear doesn't magically give you numbers. It doesn't magically make you a full-time YouTuber just because you spent $5,000 on gear. They're just there to support your creation. So I don't consider spending the $5,000 on the camera gear a mistake at all. Not at all. I would do it again in a heartbeat. But I might do some things differently. So here's what I do differently if I were starting today. And I'm not going to give you like specific equipment to buy, because there are so many videos already on YouTube on specific equipment to buy. But what I can tell you is I can give you a guideline, a mind frame to have when you do go out and invest into gear. And the first thing is intention. It should be, does this solve a problem, an immediate problem that I have right now? Not something in the future, oh, I may need to. No, solve a problem directly for you right now. Secondly, ask yourself, will this help me create more or better videos? The gear should make creating smoother, frictionless, right? You shouldn't be introducing unnecessary complexity, right? Like having to set up this elaborate lighting scheme and audio setup to sit down and film, because that's going to make it harder for you to actually do that. You're not going to want to set up all that every time you want to film a YouTube video. You know, you want to make the process as easy as it can be. So if you take anything away from this video, let it be to keep creating, or start creating if you haven't already. Use what you have. Get started. Then once you get started, it'll be easy to pick out the gear that'll actually help you improve, because you'll know what problems you need to solve, versus doing what I did and just buying all the gear before you even get going. So just start with what you have. It's more than enough. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, hype the video up. I hope you have a good day. Peace out.